My work in this place is never done. Too old for this shit. Oops. I want to see the weapons. We haven't held it. Just don't care for these fucking weapons. They're so uncomfortable. Like, these combos for those two-handed weapons just do not flow really well. I'm just a sitting duck for attacks, and I just cannot use it. Alright, back down I go. Since we're down here, we can have conversations about meaningless shit since I'm not doing anything story-specific. I was gonna joke and be like, man, can't believe Resident Evil's almost out. And then it's like, knowing how I upload videos on YouTube, it's already out by the time this video's up. Fucking, the new NieR's already out as I'm playing it. It's already, my first video came up a day before the new one released. I'm completely just slow as hell at uploading videos. I just started uploading me and Brandon playing Halo, which we talked about Cyberpunk's release before it came out and what we were hoping for. So I couldn't help but laugh at that shit. Because that was recorded back in November. Every time I upload shit, I'm like, what did we talk about? Or what happened in this video? I was like, oh, right. All of our hopes and dreams that didn't really come to fruition on some of that stuff. I don't remember all the rooms that have the big robots in them, so I'm just gonna go through everything of this place. I think it's mostly the big square rooms, or at least the square ones, but whatever. To be honest, I still really, like, I'm still gonna end up playing the new Resident Evil, but I still don't know how I feel about it. Drink some water real quick. My throat's been sore a little bit today. Need to keep myself hydrated. Bam, bam, bam. I forgot he heals me. I'm like, who's shooting at me? And I start attacking, and it's like, no, that's my teammate. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about the new Resident Evil. Like, I'm excited to see a new story, see where it goes with things and all that. It's fine, but maybe it's just the old school version of me really likes just seeing more revolving around the protagonist that we know and love of, like Chris and all that. Even though it is, so it's a little tough to introduce a new character, but at the same time, I'm like, never really, from what I remember of 7, which I'll have to replay before 8, I don't really give two shits about Ethan all that much. The shooting doesn't feel all that impactful. Maybe it's changed. Like, the trailer maybe doesn't do it justice. I don't know. Every time I see the gunplay of it, it's just kind of meh. Kind of what it was my gripe with Resident Evil's remake of 2 and 3. It's like a headshot doesn't kill a regular beginning zombie instantly. It's kind of just this like weak like pops to the head, and then eventually you have to hope for like the critical shot. And it's like the shooting just felt so weak. Somewhat out of place in one way or another from the franchise as a whole. I mean, like, it's cool that they have Chris involved in some shape or form in the new one, whatever it might be, whether it is actually Chris and not some fake or whatever the fuck's going on. And if you want to see all your favorite protagonists, you watch some of the animated stuff that they've done. That's fine, because sometimes Resident Evil in an animated form is a little bit better than the games. Sometimes, or most of the time. I don't know, I fell in the hole. I knew that was going to happen. And, I don't know, like, I'm fine with this new chapter. It's just that I kind of wish the protagonist was a little bit better. It's like, I think I connect better with a third person when they're trying to make a new character and not a first person character that's so serious. Because when I think first person, I either think it's, like, kind of our own, like, I don't know. Yeah, they're all pretty great. I do have that planned as something we're going to watch in the future for movie nights is, I want to watch them. Because I only seen maybe 2 of them. But I don't know. I guess it's because it's all first person. I don't really connect that great with Ethan's character, where all the other Resident Evils, all the characters that they have talked about and shown from all Resident Evil games, we played as Chris, we played as Leon, and all that, all in third person, seeing a body, seeing a face. So it's these familiar characters where Ethan's kind of just whatever. I don't really connect great. Plus maybe he's better in 8 from little bits and pieces of when he's yelling and trying to get answers about stuff, but I don't know. I didn't care much for it, but I get that it's kind of a new chapter for Resident Evil to take it in a different direction, but I guess that's just part of me that wants the, I like that older school Resident Evil a little bit more. Like, I'm not saying I really care much for Resident Evil 4 style or 5 or 6 with the over-the-shoulder. And I know fixed camera angles will never work in this day and age anymore because something about them with the old style graphics just worked. And not that nowadays people would just bitch about that. But, I think for me, it's more if I just want a better protagonist and better shooting, like, just the shooting to feel a little bit more impactful, I think, from those games, because it just doesn't feel that great. At least from what I remember from 7, it just, like, shooting didn't feel good at all. It just kind of felt like I was shooting a BB sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Or, like, arcade-ish, like, arcadey feeling. I don't know. Then again, it's been a while since I played it, so I might be thinking wrong. But I don't mind the change into first person. I think being in first person definitely makes it more immersive. It can creepy, make it a little bit better with the creepy vibes and environment, and things like that works. Can help with the survival horror aspect if they want to, but something about it just didn't feel right with me. But maybe I'll play it, I'll think differently and have fun with it. Don't have the clunkiness of tanks at the series start with. Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I don't mind tank controls. Like, I didn't mind the clunkiness because again, not because of I got my nostalgia glasses on. I know that they're terrible, but like something about having that clunkiness and then shit coming at you made them more suspenseful and scary. Not because of the game, but just because of it being shitty. But I do like how 4 and 5, even 6 to an extent, feel and move. The only issue is that once they started going in that route behind the shoulder, it became less survival horror and more action adventure with just dead things and or some creepy virus, so it kind of strayed away of its own thing. It felt like a different game with Resident Evil characters involved in it. Like a spin-off. But I do like, part of me misses the fixed camera angles, but then again, I really do like the OG stuff. But of course, fixed camera angles will not work in this day and age, and now with games being better graphic, it doesn't have that same feel anyway. I feel like the older graphics of looking at some kind of hideous creation attack you in really shitty graphics when back then was much more horrifying than anything now, where if it was just fixed camera angles, it would just be more frustrating than creepy. But, like, I thought the idea of 7 and stuff was cool. I'm going to have to replay it because it's been a really long time. And to be honest, I don't even think I physically beat it. I don't think I actually beat 7. I think I just watched it beaten back then because I didn't own it. And then I did buy it. Then I was going to play it, never did. Or I played it a little bit but never finished. But, I just didn't care. Like, all I remember is, like, I didn't mind how they did 7's, like, explore, backtracking, and stuff like that. It was kind of how it used to be in the Resident Evil games, backtracking a lot and doing some shit. But, I feel like there were just, like, I think mainly I was just disappointed how the shooting felt when you had to fight things. Because there are parts and times in that game, just like the original Resident Evil, where you have to fight stuff, and it didn't feel all that good. But like I said, I could be remembering wrong. But we'll see. I might enjoy playing 8 for all I know. Because they have like a mixture of some Resident Evil 4 style things with the shop and the inventory, I think they did. And I don't remember if the inventory, but I know they have like the shop and upgrading and stuff again, so we'll see how it goes. I do eventually want to do a playthrough of the older Resident Evils, because I have a good chunk of them. I think that might have all of them. I mean, the only thing I probably wouldn't do is 4, 5, and 6, because we've already done them. But I would definitely want to actually play and beat the original. I want to go back and play 2 again, because 2 was my favorite, at least back in the day, but I might, even though I'm not great at it. I played 3 way back when 3's remake came out. The only problem with that is my GameCube suffers and constantly gives me errors playing it, so I'll have to figure something out with that one. Maybe just get it because I think they have it on the PS3. I could just play the classic version on there. I already did 4 on the Wii. I may end up doing Code Veronica. I've never beaten that one or got far in that. I don't know about Resident Evil 0. I may do that one, but that one doesn't have the box. That one doesn't let you put items in a box. You actually just drop items, and it's a little weird. It can be a bit frustrating. I was also thinking of if I did Resident Evil 1, I might play the original, the director's cut original or whatever. So it's got like the really crappy kind of like voice acting and stuff to it. And like that, I think the live action intro. But I thought about doing that instead of playing the HD version just for the shit and giggles of it. Hopefully this next big room when it has all the bots, I'll have enough, because the one room I think has like 3 of those bots, so hopefully I'll have enough and I can get the fuck out of here and not have to be here. I don't know, it's been on my to-do list. I'd love to continue Revelations 2 for fun with John, but I don't think John's all that invested. Like, when it comes to Resident Evil, he just wants another 5 and 6 experience. That sadly we're not gonna have. So, I don't think we'll do Revelations 2 anytime soon again. Especially now, NieR being out. Just knowing him, he may end up wanting to go play Automata right after, too. But I found funny yesterday, he was like, God, I gotta go to see my family and then I'm gonna have to come home and then be on stream. I'm like, you're not obligated to come on stream. Like, I tell you, if you want a day to play the game, play the game. I was like, don't put this on me now that I'm keeping you here. Like, if you wanted to play NieR, play NieR. I understand. I know when he actually really enjoys the game, he wants to play it, and it's rare that he's been into it. Man, I'm so glad it gave me memory alloy and not the fucking titanium. Great, so I'm gonna have to go and get another robot if they all drop the other one. We'll get more robots. I'm gonna get 2 more, I think. It's actually funny talking to John before he started playing NieR, before it came out. Because he said that, you know how I am with video games, I'm probably not going to get that addicted to it. I'm only going to play it for like 3 or 4 hours and then be kind of done with it. Yeah, but John, the way John's attitude and personality is, he knows a lot too that he doesn't have to, like, because we talk about stuff like that a lot. He doesn't have to, and he knows. Because he could give 2 shits about being here. He could vanish in him for a couple months. He won't care. Like, he does that at times where he'll just kind of do his own thing. He's kind of does whatever he wants. But I guess at that point he thought he had to because he wanted to play Samurai Warriors. So we had made it a plan to do that. And I was like, no, we don't have to stick to that plan. That was just kind of what we thought we would do, but if you didn't want to, we didn't have to. So I was like, we don't got to stick to that plan. I never follow a plan. But it was funny because he was like, you know how I am, I'm only going to play NieR for like 2 or 3 hours, then be done, and then I'll probably be done for the day, not wanting to play it, because he tends to do that. He'll play a game for a few hours and then be kind of like, whatever, I'm done for the day, play something else or do some other stuff. But then I was like, once he played it and got the feeling of it, I was like, I knew he's gonna get hooked. I'm like, there is no in between with NieR. There's either you play it for a long period of time or you don't play it at all that day. There's no in between. so I gotta go back in here and get like 2 more. Fuck. To the first floor. Yeah, I don't think it's like, I know people will be like, it's not that great of a game and stuff, and then there are people that really blow it out of proportion, but it's like, I can appreciate the fact that it's a very unique world. It's definitely different than most. So it's like, I don't know if I think it's like the best or perfect game, but I've definitely been intrigued to where I want to see how things go. It does keep you pretty much intrigued, and there's a lot of twists and turns and certain things. Even small details make an appearance, like that whole thing with their mother and the guy being dead when we found that 5 years ago. I like how that whole little side quest that you could easily miss actually played a part in what we saw. So it's like that little shit is also really cool, how they tie that stuff in. Some games would just be like, it was just some random average Joe that died with their mother that some reason. I hope the next game I have picked after NieR, after this, like once we finish this game, will be interesting. Hopefully I'll get hooked into that. I can't say what it is, because I like to keep it surprise, even though it'll be probably obvious at some point, or nothing really surprises DK, and he already knows I own the game, so it's not like it's a fucking out-of-nowhere game. But the only also reason I never say the name is because if I back out and switch games at the last minute, I never put anything in set stone of what the game is. It's more of my cop-out when I'm like, we're actually doing this. So that's why I also just don't say what I'm gonna play, because I'm like, I'm not sure yet. That's why I haven't even said what game I'm playing after Yakuza, because I haven't even come up with it yet for Wednesday. I'm gonna just play something random, though. Really, the only reason I'm so finicky with what games I want to play and when to play them is mostly because, like, I've kind of explained it in a rough way. Like, think of it if you played a game like, I don't fucking know, like a survival game, like, I don't know, DayZ or anything along those lines where you have a lot of gear, you die, you lose it. Any game like that, I guess. I don't fucking know. Just one of those games where you have like, you die, you lose it. Think of it like Gear Fear. Like, for me with games, I never, like, I'm so finicky and nervous to play it because it's like, once I play it, I can lose that first playthrough. I lose those initial reactions, all that's gone. So I always want to find the right time to play it. So when I'm in the right mood for it. But also because I'm like, yeah, I could replay the game in a couple of months to a year, but it's not going to be the same because I've either know kind of the basics of the story. I'll still fuck up on how to play the game because I'll forget everything. I won't, like, I'll probably be playing this when I play Replicant. I'll still forget what the fuck I'm doing, but I'll know what the basic general knowledge of the beginning story is. But I won't have those initial, like, oh, what the fuck is that? Whatever that is, like, reactions, because I kind of know what's coming. So I'm always so finicky. Plus, I always get into my head where I think I'm going to run out of games, even though there's plenty of games to buy, indie, new, old, whatever. Like, there's plenty of games to pick from. But my brain constantly, I get into my own head and think that, well, I'm going to run out. I shouldn't pick that game, or I shouldn't play this right now because I won't have it. Where it's like, that's just where my brain does a lot. So that's why I'm so weird when it comes to starting new games. And sometimes I'm so weird about beating a game. I could be at the tail end of a game, and I could postpone playing it for like a week or two longer than I should, because I don't want to beat it, because I don't know what I have lined up yet, what I want to play to fill that spot. Then other times I'm like, I don't know where I could fit this game in, so we'll just do it. And that's why sometimes random playthroughs just start, like when we do them on Saturdays sometimes. We would play a random game until John's on, because I'm like, I don't know when I'll squeeze this in ever, so why don't I just do it now? That's why when we were doing Call of Duty, I was like, I really don't know when the fuck I'd ever do this, so why not now? But then there are some games where I'm like, I just don't want to touch it. That's why I'm like, I don't want to start my Metal Gear Solid playthrough yet, because I want to have that on the back burner as something I'll have to do when I feel like I got nothing left. But eventually, I actually really do want to play it, because I do want to go through 3 and Peace Walker and some of the... I mean, I still want to try Acid 2, I think is the one I have. I don't have the first. The fucking card one. Just for shits and giggles. Portable Ops, I think I have, that I actually want to play now that I'm older to understand what's going on in the games. Maybe actually beat Peace Walker as well. But I just have to, like, suck it up, stop getting into my own head, and just, if this is what my body or brain or whatever is telling me I'm in the mood to play, just fucking play it. If I want, and if I, you know, if I want to play it again in a year or a couple months from now, then just fucking do it. I think I just don't like repeating too often, because I know it'd get boring to watch if I do the same game, like, too many times over. Like, oh, we're playing this game for a third playthrough? That's kind of boring. I do have a couple, like, games I played on stream way back, or at least one that I played way back, that I do want to go back to. I haven't played it in a long time. It was Darkest Dungeon. I had fun with that, and I kind of want to do another, like, playthrough. Not as in I'll beat it, but just another run-through of having fun with that game, because I enjoyed getting my ass handed to me in that. Yeah, this depends on the game, but it's like, I can't make everybody happy. That's the thing. It's like, it depends on the game, but it's like, end of the day, it's picking what I want, but I also don't want to bore everybody, too. So I'm like, if I see this isn't a reaction of things people like, granted, some days there could be no one around, and it's like, it's whatever, I'll just play it. But if there's like, okay, it's not that fun to stream, then... or people aren't that interested, it's like, well, then that kind of sucks. But, I don't know. I try to give it a year minimum before I return to or replay a game again that I've already beaten on stream. For YouTube's sake, I never really re-record it. It stays the one series and then I don't upload it, because I already have it on the channel. But for streaming, it's like, alright, it's been a year or so plus, let's return to it. We'll replay it. It's back on the list. Like, I think I've played on the stream Metal Gear Revengeance or whatever, like, 4 or 5 different times on this stream. Because it's such a fun and over-the-top thing to always revisit. DK just wants to see me play Grandia or whatever, 2 for the next couple years. Just that game and only that game. Or however you call it. Play that over and over and nothing else. And then that other game that he got me that I still gotta eventually play. Starts with a D. I got what I needed. I can get the fuck out of here. Got what I needed. Now I can leave. Riverside Hobby, thank you so much for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you had a great stream of whatever you were doing. Whoops. More to see what you think of the series, and then if I like it, then it would be me jumping into more of it. Cassie, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Fun giveaway stream. Nice. What was the giveaway? Appreciate the follow. Can't see for a moment because I got a bunch of things trying to shock my nips. DK, you always make me nervous with games that just try it and see if you'll like it, because then we'll have another disaster report fucking time. You're gonna get me stuck with a terrible girlfriend again where I made a horrible mistake. Handful of figures, nice. That's the one thing I never got into, sadly, was buying, like, figures and things of either video games or any sort of figures for, That was your fault. I know it was my fault, but you technically gave me the game, and look what happened. Alright, I'm scarred. Send it to someone who was playing the OG NieR. Ow, 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 ow. Send it to someone who's playing. Yeah, I mean, I started this before the new Replicant, which is the younger NieR character in that one, the different protagonist. So I was like, screw it. I'll at least get the one ending in here, and then eventually play Replicant and do all the endings on that one, or at least attempt to. Gave away to Buddies, Super Saiyan Trunks, and Zero from Mega Man X. Pop up. Nice. The good ones. I love the design of anybody, the characters in Mega Man. I just never really am good at Mega Man games. I never played them. I do like the characters. Alright, we got all we needed here. I can fucking turn this in. One of the evil... And not just the evil one. I chose, like, the grosser one, I think, too. On an accident. I didn't think it mattered. I didn't think me telling I love you to some fucking bitch would work. Don't yell at me. But hopefully everybody had a good time with the stream and getting those giveaways or the figures. awesome. I wish I got into collecting figures. I just never did. Never had the finances to do that kind of stuff because I'd be broke. I think the one thing I ever invested in was a replica sword of the high frequency blade from Metal Gear Revengeance, and that's about it. Metal Gear Rising. Here, I got your things. Make that knife, you crazy son of a bitch. Here you go, one elite kitchen knife. Truth be told, it's one of the finest things I've ever made. I could have vegetable or bone. Nothing cuts better. It's based off the design from my father. Father cooked? Yeah, he did pretty much all the cooking. All Mom could do was bake bread. Sure miss those days. So do I, man, so you weren't so insane. Yeah, I love Metal Gear Rising. I was just saying, like, I think it's the one thing I've played multiple times on stream. We did it for my birthday stream in March when we did the 12-hour. Choice common games and relationship. Choices common games that are about relationship. Yeah, I just didn't think it was gonna affect me as bad as it did. But yeah, I really liked Rising. I just love that over-the-top music, hacking and slashing things up in that game. It was really fun. Eventually, I do want to do just a full Metal Gear playthrough again down the line. And occasionally, we do the community challenge with channel points to eventually work towards getting an 8 to 12-hour stream where I play some random games.
Sounds like it.
I hear that lots of men are getting into cooking.
So I want to do giveaways. Thank you very much for
this guy
featuring.
just wanted a new hobby.
Always good to give. Always nice when people do that. It's cool. It's different than just giving away games and stuff. You give away figures and things like that. It's actually a pretty neat thing to do. It's good that you had a good month too. Always good to see people doing good with the streams.
Who cares if he was happy? He's dead now.
Then I fear the truth of the matter will always be a mystery to us.
But yeah, we do a lot of random stuff on this stream. I play a lot of random things. I'm a mess. DK could probably explain it better. The stream is like God knows what. I don't know. I never know what goes on in my own stream anymore. Just a massive variety of random things that I'll just play and being a goofball, making stupid childish jokes. We found your boyfriend. He's dead. And he was scummy. I'll name it after Dad. Please don't ever name the flower you found after me, please. D-Rider is not a name of a flower I would ever want to find. He's prone to fumbling words and such. Just have a laugh. Fumbling lat. I play a lot of games. I jump around a lot, and weekends are chaotic sometimes when my friend John is around. Yeah, I jump around a lot. I'll play old news. Most of the time, Tuesdays, I usually would try to do like a classic Tuesday. It used to be PS Tuesdays, but more a classic Tuesday where I kind of try to play older random games that I just have collected or picked up over the time.
Hey.
Tracked down your boyfriend. You did? Where is he? Well, I'm sorry to say, but he's dead. We found his body 5 years ago in the junk heap. I had a feeling it might be the case. It's the only thing that could explain him not contacting me for so long. Thanks. I think I can move on with my life now. Here's a little gift. I appreciate you doing the legwork. Well, at least you had 15,000 for me to have. But I jump around doing PS2, PS1, GameCube sometimes. Oh, she had other quests. Maybe not right now. Or I think I actually found the quests. I actually picked them up along my way. Which was the knife one as well. Now the seafront. Yeah, we'll jump from old to new. We play sometimes new releases if something interests me. Random games, it's whatever. kind of whatever the mood is. Like, we just finished Yakuza 1, Kiwami or whatever you call it. Really bad with pronunciation. Just finished that. We're taking a break to play other random stuff for a little bit. And then eventually we'll go on to the second Yakuza, and we just finished Dead Rising. We're going to eventually continue some other things. We're doing this. Eventually, after I finish this, I'm going to take a break from NieR and play another game. When I'm done with this game. Also got the hits. Look, we don't talk about me finding the hostess in the shower, okay? Those are my private times. But, not that. Oh, then, we never found that. I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened. There was no hostess in a shower. Anyway, here's your knife. How's he getting along, by the way? How do you mean? But, you know, he does have a father, after all. I was just wondering if he's doing all right. Lad travels a hard and lonely road, but he seems to be making a decent life for himself. That's good to hear. Something going on here. Oh, no. Anyway, here's your reward. Yeah, we jump around a lot. Like, I think can't remember off the top of my head all the games I'm in the middle of playing, but doing Kingdom Come Deliverance that I've been doing for the last 2 years because I'm very slow and keep taking breaks. I may have particularly bullied him the one day playing Yakuza Dead Souls. Yeah, may or may not happen after we eventually beat, what was it, Yakuza 4? Because that's when that happens. I'd have to get to 4 first. 3 or 4, wherever the hell it happens. But I have, I know we're doing Kingdom Come Deliverance at times. I gotta get back and eventually finish that. Dragon Quest Heroes I'm in the middle of doing that I play every so often. We occasionally do a chill farming thing once in a while. I'll play a farm, like, Story of Seasons. Think what else? We started not too long ago Samurai Jack on the PC that we're gonna eventually go back and continue. And Hitman. We gotta eventually continue more Hitman 2 into Hitman 3 to eventually finish that. A lot of other stuff. Very sporadic, but I'll eventually get there. Whenever I read a letter from Dad, I really feel like I need to see him again. Blow raspberries. I'm gonna double check before I go on to do the main stuff. You don't have anything for me, right? We're done, okay.
You. Yeah, I'm kind of busy now. Man, I'm bushed.
Dave, and then I can now go out to the other place. Actually, yeah, probably a good idea. It's usually how I am after a stream. I'm like, I kind of need to eat something. But I appreciate the raid and people following and hanging out. Of course, there's a lot of things in the cards. It's just when I eventually get there. This is the thing. This is a very, very slow runs of stuff where I could take a while because I jump around too much. I'm getting a little better with the consistency, but I still jump around a bit too much. Desert right now we get to do the thing DK was freaking out about. Right, this guy's getting married. See what this is all about. Can I get there without getting poisoned like I seem to always do? Constantly stop paying attention and then I run right into these freaking things that jump out of it.
Does it not strike you as curious to find wolves in the desert?
I barely even... Oh, there are wolves. I'm gonna say, I haven't seen wolves in a while. It's been shades constantly.
Like I should have said, yes.
I guess the stream occasionally has a 69 alert that DK triggers and or the bot, my bot breaks. My alerts break and decide to play constantly. Every once in a while. A lot of stuff goes wrong. I also break games sometimes. I don't know why. It's just this curse. These hands are cursed. Check, I didn't buy everything. I think I'm pretty much good on what I could buy. I think the weapons. Missing one-handed weapon. Or not one, but I'm missing some, so there's still some things out there we haven't found yet. We're getting there, though. Not that it matters. If I miss one, I miss one. I'm not gonna... I don't know why I went back to the entrance. Oh, dear God. I'm sorry. But, it's like just grabbing him by the... Stop this crazy thing! But... I don't care if I miss any in this. Like I said, I'm more focused on the other endings and doing that stuff in Replicant. I'm just kind of going through at least to the A, or the beginning ending. A ending, or whatever you call it, in this one first. I will save some of the surprises for myself in the newer one. Look, this is where I need to get off. Goodbye. Some moron picked entrance. I like watching it, but I'm like, let's fucking skip it. Yes, I'd like to enter the King's Mansion. Oh, you came. It's been so long.
I hear your days of bachelorhood are coming to a close, King.
My deepest sympathies. I'm just kidding. You'll love married life.
Forgive my prying, but we are all eager to know the identity of your lucky bride.
Oh, yes. How rude of me. How nice to see you again.
Have we met?
I think I know who this is. Oh, yep, I kind of figured.
You have grown into a fine example of womanhood. I am sure you will make a splendid queen.
Kaine's gonna want to see this.
Indeed. But I am truly glad to see you all. Did you know that my bride threatened to boycott the ceremony if you did not come? Gross. Milk?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Congratulations on your wedding. I'm sorry Kaine's not here, but...
Let me guess, she's outside, right? What nonsense. The girl knows she's welcome here. And I insist that you stay with me tonight as honored guests of the royal family.
How can we refuse?
But I don't want to. I'm supposed to be looking for my daughter. The night before the wedding. I just don't understand why they have a rule governing the timing and water temperature. Just be glad that you didn't have any rules, or they don't have any rules about flying books. Honey, what is wrong? I don't like this. Weddings are festive occasions, you know? Should I even be here? Perhaps you could slip a few profanities into the ceremony so you feel more at home. Shut up, asshole. It was a serious question. This city runs on rules, not prejudice. And besides, the queen owes you her life. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I guess. We at least procure a new set of lingerie for the festivities? Some spring color, perhaps? Keep talking. Oh, can't sleep? Weddings are so exciting, I may not sleep for days. Oh, Mill, it sounds like you're the one who... it sounds like you're the one getting hitched. Yeah, I know. Although I'd like to get married someday, I mean, if I can find a girl who doesn't mind what I look like. So, what was your wedding like? Did you have a huge feast? Where you made lots of toasts? Was there dancing and Jester's bears on unicycles? And it was a long time ago. Would you ever have another one? Right, that's enough weird questions. Go to sleep. Leave me alone. Don't talk about my weddings and marriage and stuff. I think it's an important question. The harvest was weak again this year, and the people are beginning to go hungry. Our quarrel with the wolves has taken a turn for the worse. The duties of a king are overwhelming. In truth, I feel somewhat guilty about holding a festival to celebrate my wedding.
Finding light in the bad times is the mark of a true leader.
I couldn't have spoken better myself. Your people deserve a moment of rest and celebration.
I guess that's true.
And a man works better when he has something, or someone to fight for. Trust me, this is a subject I know well.
Things are not going to go well. We should make that a rule. Someone to fight for. Yes, I like the thought of that. Oh boy. The day of the wedding.
How nice! A wedding! Flowers everywhere. Everyone's happy. It's great. I'm kind of jealous. Aren't you kind of jealous, Kaine? Oh, come on.
Look, I'm dancing. I'm like them. I'm having a good time. Oh god, the frame rate just shits the bed over there. Don't look that way. Thus, in front of those beloved guests, and per rule 904, I hereby request that you seal your union with a kiss. This sort of thing's always hard for me. They dance like I do. I'm here for the wedding. Glad you could make it. So, oh boy. Jeez, you weren't kidding. Yeah.
Vera!
Oh, that's how you say her name. Vera.
That wolf is a shade.
What gave it away? Dick wolves. Gonna need a medic.
Here!
Kinda got slammed right into that. So much blood, it looks like a glove. Dear God. Ugh. God, it's like I know I pretty much I always just expect everything to be sad. There's nothing gonna be happy about this game. The beauty of the game is just a trap to lure you into sadness. Anyone got a Phoenix down?
I would rethink this course of action, King. Ahead lies a battle you cannot win.
King's grief is strong. I doubt he will stand down at this point. I think you're right. Sooner or later he'll be charging into the wolves' den. Will we let him go by himself? Of course not. And we must prepare for the fight. Not be an easy one, I know. I will save. Just, you know, because I will save. Like, it's like, you know, the beauty of the game just, like, lures you into this, like, oh, this lovely scenery, this place, this world, and then it's like, everything's depressing. Everything is sad. There's no happiness. It's like actual survival in real life. You can get trapped at a place that looks beautiful, but there's a million things that can kill you and fucking... besides starvation and dehydration. It may look like a paradise, but it's just as deadly. And it can be sad and depressing. Onward. I gotta, you know, I'm gonna skip these. King, don't go to the wolves' den. I'll do it. I practically almost killed it in one hit anyway, so you should just let me go fight it. Are you ready for a battle? No, but yes. It is no longer the only victim. These damnable wolves continue to claim the lives of my people. Not allow them to suffer anymore as their king. I must take a stand. If the rules say I can't, then damn the rules.
Madness. The wolves who attacked were only a fraction of the pack. How will you fight them all?
I'll not be defeated.
All right, count us in.
That is too much for me to ask.
We're not doing it for you, dumbass. It's for Fira.
Kaine, you can't speak to a king like that.
If this is indeed the plan, then let us make haste. We can ill afford another tragedy.
My friends, thank you. I owe you much. If you can make use of this, please take it. The one-handed sword, ancient overlord. Ah, that's what they used to call DK. Where are you going, my liege? Strike the wolf. The town is yours. I believe this is a violation of multiple rules. Did those rules keep her from dying? No, my lord. What did she ever do? She was so close to knowing happiness, and then she had it taken from her. Yes, my lord. Was it her fault that she was so frail? No, my lord. Get out of my way. I cannot, my lord. You are behaving like a fool. You are young, so young. How dare you? Emotions in his face.
あんだ、いえ、フィーヤ、ロテとやりかきクソできた。と食いてゲルだ。ユラ・ウラーネペアとカイザムってカイザムとアイソフィーヤ・アイサムってフィーヤ・チレセキタとトラゼルガンってアンダーゼルガンヤーイズガッチクルソーカイザーゼスタルペア老体リスラ関係かけてしたすわれアルムキエルトチギサンってきたアルム浮きわせんクユリエ
Always rules. DK knows a lot about rules and how he should follow them.
カイザムより生き落ちずテクゴユラカイザムチジストズイわくれたしよりこうだたよりた
This is their den. I'd ask so much of you. Forget it. For her. Now let's move. Let's kill some wolves. Remember this spear? I'm gonna firmly place it in your ass.
The wolves appear to be targeting the king.
Protect the king and the advisor. But really, just go out there and have fun. Live your best life.
Dog unwavering defense. He seeks the king of Facade.
Taste my power. So what's that sword look like? I like the way it's designed. I wish it was stronger, but I do like its design.
Splendid. Now just keep pushing.
No more wolves.
Above you. Stay on your guard.
Yeah, that didn't feel good now, did it? I'm coming. Guys, step away. I'll show you what I can do. Everyone's like standing around to kick it while it's down. It seemed a little much, but hey, it worked.
トロワレキゼルガンセドとユとアキ絶対値
Now
I don't know why I read DK's messages. Everyone does a Gillette, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that meant. And then I reread it and figured it out. Anyway, we found the key fragment. He had no voice and no family. He was placed in indentured servitude, where she toiled without rest day after day, just as her future was looking bright.
I believe that young Fira was perfectly content with the life she had.
She was?
Of course. Does this not sound like what she would say to you? She was terribly proud of her king. And now you must do all that you can to honor her memory.
I will do my best. I swear it. So I need to be alone right now. The king isn't allowed to shed tears in front of others.
Is that another infernal rule?
The people of the mass live and die by our rules. Sometimes we even break them. Isn't that right? The poor king. I know, but there's nothing more we can do for him. Sad truth indeed.
Come.
Hey, can I talk to you about some more things? Just let him be.
This is the last of them.
Now we can find the Shadow Lord. And Yona.
We certainly can.
We're almost there, Yona. Hold on.
Don't worry, Yoda, we'll get to you. I won't know all of the answers or whatever. I won't know all the truth of this because we're only going for ending A and saving the rest for Replicant. But you know what? I'll save you. Quote unquote save you, because I get the feeling it's not going to be that simple and there's other endings to it, so you know.
I marvel at how relatively simple a task this retrieval process proved to be. It is almost as if someone deliberately set us on this path.
You're overthinking again, Vice.
I'm pretty much suspicious about everything.
I don't care if it's a trap. Yona's waiting for me, and I'm going.
I see.
It's all been too convenient. EK would know how much more of this game I even have left if I'm only going for ending A. Crap, if I beat it this soon, I'm gonna be... Fuck, I gotta come up with what I want to do. Gotta change some of my schedule for the rest of my week that I wrote out. NieR would not be played if I beat it.
We'll protect this village while you're gone.
No, you won't. I'll leave and something will happen to you, and then it's everyone's bitching and moaning that you need me.
I guess he's leaving, isn't he?
Makes it feel like we're almost there, but at the same time, there's still probably a lot more to do.